industry 18 years ago on the phones, doing exactly what the young lady in the video said. Who was on the college study program. They arranged a schedule around your college schedule. That's how I started in this industry. That's one of the reasons I love this industry. I've gathered a management team around me that sees and believes in the same way that I do. You know, the reason we get out of bed every afternoon is, you know, yes, the phone calls have to happen. Yes, we have to do that work, but it's really to create careers and lives for the Filipino people. Thank you very much, and I'd like to now introduce the Department of Trade and Industry Secretary Cristobal. Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Jared Morrison, the Senior Vice President and Country Manager. Mr. Anant Singh, Vice President for HR. Mr. Epi Pitong, Vice President for Operations. To the other officials and employees of VXI. President Benigno Aquino just gave me a call about 30 minutes ago. Due to a sudden and extreme urgent situation he has to attend to, he regrets he won't be able to join us in this celebration. But personally, after seeing that video, I'm also moved and inspired by the work of your company. I'm honored to speak on behalf of President Aquino. Allow me to share with you his message for this occasion. Early on in the term, I had occasion to talk to one of the leading IT BPM companies in the country, which at the time had about 22 or 20,000 employees. I asked the head if they could conceivably bring that number up to 30,000. Her reply was, well, we'll definitely try. Deep down though, this country head was thinking to herself that I made even greater demands of her than her superiors. Almost 6 years later, this particular company now has 60,000 employees and counting. Now she no longer thinks that I demanded too much of her. She actually tells me that she can fill up any building on EDSA with employees. Stories like this show the breakneck pace at which your industry has grown, which is even more astounding when you consider its rather humble origins. In the year 2000, only a few BPO companies were operating on our shores, with only a few thousand employees. Back then, your sector only accounted for an estimated 0.075% of GDP. The next few years saw a few more companies trickling in, including VXI, which initially established a modest 50-seat outbound sales operation here in 2003. It doesn't seem like an exaggeration to say that yours was among the first companies to experience the boom of the IT BPM industry. Less than a year after those first 50 employees began to clock in for work, VXI multiplied its operations 12-fold to 600 seats. The rest is history. Today, VXI Global Holdings BV Philippines Incorporated has operations in 4 cities and has over 10,000 full-time employees, making up almost 40% of your global workforce. The good news is you are poised to add more than 1,500 employees to your ranks with the facility we are launching today. I make it a point to attend these kinds of events because I want to personally express my gratitude to your company for choosing to stay in the Philippines and for entrusting our countrymen with your success. What pleases me even more about VXI's presence here is that you have not limited yourself to a working relationship alone. After Typhoon Yolanda devastated a large portion of the Visayas, VXI and Gawat Kalinga built new homes for families affected by the calamity in Lawaan, Eastern Samar. Today, let me extend my deepest thanks for your commitment to the Filipino people. Whether it's expanding your business or reaching out to communities, I believe that your actions are driven by the knowledge that we owe our collective success to the Filipino people. Back in 2010, they clamored for change. In return, I promised them a transformed Philippines, far from the one we inherited in 2010. It is because of Filipinos that God took reform, from ensuring heightened accountability and transparency in government to prudent fiscal management. Another important pillar of our reform agenda was to invest in our greatest resource, the Filipino people. We have always known our countrymen are smart, talented, and hardworking. They also have that special characteristic, which Mr. Jack Ma of Alibaba calls the love quotient, or LQ. Not lovers quarrel, love quotient. There's knowledge and intelligence to be found anywhere in the world. But what he observed was that Filipinos seem to have the LQ, that extra fervor to serve, the true desire to help the planet. I, for one, agree with him. We knew that our people could feel IT BPM's continuous need for new talent. This is why we worked with your industry to make the most of our competitive advantage. Our Training for Work Scholarship Program for IT BPM has already benefited 232,700 graduates from 2010 to May 2016. Let me emphasize an important point about the TWSP for IT BPM. The government recoups the cost of training these graduates in the first year of their employment alone. This only means that we have more funds to reinvest in our other countrymen. Another achievement lies in the partnership between the Commission on Higher Education and IBPAC, which resulted in the Service Management Program. This is a specialization track for business and IT schools that will develop in students the skills needed to enter the IT BPM industry. First introduced in 3 state universities and colleges in 2013, the SMP program can now boast of 1,407 graduates. Since the academic year of 2015 to 2016 saw the SMP being implemented in 14 SUCs, we are hopeful that the numbers continue to grow, that more of our academic institutions will offer this program towards capacitating even more Filipino students to obtain gainful employment in their industry. The bottom line is, thanks to all our hard work, the industry is a success. For 6 years now, the Philippines has been the global leader in voice BPO. Metro Manila, Metro Clark, in the cities of Cebu, Davao, Santa Rosa, Bacolod, Iloilo, Dumaguete, and Baguio are all among the 2016 top 100 outsourcing destinations, as reported by Thollins. Both revenues and number of employees doubled in just a span of 5 years. In 2010, direct employment was at 527,000 and revenues at $8.9 billion. In 2015, estimates put the employment of the industry at 1.20 million individuals, while revenues are at $22 billion. The future looks even brighter. This year, the industry is expected to reach direct employment of 1.3 million individuals and generate revenues of $25 billion. Our central bank even predicts that as early as 2017, the IT BPM industry will be the country's largest source of income. There are only 17 days left in my term as president, and I cannot guarantee that this is enough time to forge another strategic agreement or implement reform that significantly impacts the industry. It's only 17 days after all. Yet at the same time, I believe that the past 2,100 days have shown you that we have consistently pushed for reform, that we have consistently and happily worked with you. We have always wanted you to thrive. We want your profits to grow and your operations to expand, because your success means the success of Filipinos. Again, my congratulations on the launch of this facility. Thank you and good day.